Give us a little test here. So Distilled is this great game that came from Paverson Games, and what I liked about it is, well, I like the concept, right? It's alcohol and games, my two big addictions put together. And what I didn't like is they had these cool Gamertrayz that inside the box, you know, they expect you to keep the punched out cardboard. Good luck with someone that's like me that doesn't keep anything. And then on top of it, you would have this layout to hold your cards in it, which got a little tight with sleeves and problematic with sleeves. And then on top of it, you put the primary game board to kind of give it a lid. And then on top of that, you'd have some really cool designed back trays. So on this side, you put most of your tokens for the different spirits, the player tokens, and it'll give you kind of this cool arrangement to pick out the tokens as you need to get ready for the game. Come over here to the other side, and you have pick and pluck for the coins probably, and for the cubes, which are great. They do a good job as trays would go. And then you have this final insert that would come in place, and this is where you'd put the spirit awards, you'd put the first player token, the barrel, you put the flight boards, and then the market boards on top of it, and then the warehouse boards for the players. Hopefully keep us all in. The problem is, it's really not easy to see, but there's about a fingertip's width between these layouts, and obviously maybe a little puff with the boards and everything in play, and the box. And because so many of these things really don't have true lids, especially down in the card section, as you get around and walk around or move the box or put it up on its side, they just don't really do the thing. Now, I love making inserts, and I have a few requirements when I make an insert. One of which is that really I have to be able to not crush the box, not be able to squeeze the box from any angle. You know, I can flip it all over, around, shake it, drop it, whatever I need to do, and everything stays intact. So in this box, I have the Distilled game. I have both of the expansions, the Africas and the West, I don't know, Middle East, and then the cask strength expansion. So I'm gonna take the lid off. Forgive the box fart. I also put the lid right side up just so it looks cooler. I have the first taste, the rule books, the strategy rule, the whole big rule book, all on top of that. The first thing you see is the score and round board. Underneath there you have the player warehouse boards, all 5 of them, just laid up on top. You have the basic market board, and I'll put that over here just for now, not that it's really going to matter. And then we have the truck, you know, when cards get discarded, as part of the premium market that would go there. So as I try to shift around, I don't really need room for that or this. Starting right from the top, I have this cool little pick and pluck tray. And the idea is, as you're playing the game, go a little closer, will you see it? Nope, I have to bring it further away. All right. So this is designed to hold the moonshine vodka and then the 7 alcohols for the particular game that you're playing. Ironically enough, the box that holds all of those tokens is right here. And I can't find a good spot. There we go. So all the different tokens that you would have in the game. Whoops, as I shoot things all over the place. Grab that. You know, you would take the tokens for moonshine and vodka, however many players that you'd have. The longer units, obviously, are for the places with more tiles. So as I fumble all over the place, that would be the moonshine stack. And let's say you're playing with whiskey, which I like to play with whiskey as often as I can. But there's whiskey, and so on and so forth. So you'd set up this cool little tray that would allow you to ultimately, you know, just reach in, grab the ones that you need for the particular game, slide it around in the tray as needed. It's pretty lightweight. And again, for storage, at the bottom of every one of these grooves is a finger hole. So you can basically, you know, quickly lift up a stack of cards. I find it also helps when you're putting them in to keep them level and get it flat. As you can see, as it's not full, the case is prone to tiles kind of doing a little bit of their own thing. And that's not too bad. I oftentimes will have 2 different types of alcohol stacked on top of each other, which is fine. You know, the focus here really is about having a box that can hold all the tokens. And most importantly, what I love is this little click, because you know this thing is closed and your tokens aren't going anywhere when you're traveling around. So move those off to the side. The next tray that goes out on the table takes those 2 back trays, and in about the same spot, I have all the coins and all of the blocks, and they're on a little ramp, so it's pretty easy to push and scoop them out. I haven't received the metal coins yet. I do have some coming in. This should fit them, whether they're cardboard or metal, whichever combination that you have, this tray would work fine. The only difference with the metal is it gets heavier. The two stacks that are the tallest are flavors and alcohol. So for them, I've created a little taller box that just works as, basically a tray. It'll be over here, and if you need to grab alcohol, you need to, you've got a flavor or whatever. These aren't next. These will be next. So these 4 boxes are the basic market boxes. So I'll take the lid off of this one. It's backwards, but that's water and yeast. This one are 2 of the sugars. And again, because the order's not super important, right? I could technically move that down that way or whatever. And then in the extra one in this one, what I do is I actually have the barrels and the glass bottles from the starting items. And then I have the barrels that are the market items. Now you'll notice I don't have a tray for that one just yet. These, in theory, will be out in players' hands and not needed. This last one contains the actual brewers and the brewers' signature ingredients. So the idea of these 4 boxes is a simple storage solution, and now I have potentially started the game, and you'll notice that everything is designed around things having card sleeves, so they'll work with or without sleeves. People will have gotten their brewers, they'll have gotten their signature ingredients. Those can the rest of them can wait to the side. Other ones are in play. We'll get the lids out of here. We'll get this out of here. We have the starting box, basically. So we have all the player tokens. You have the round tracker. You have all the distillery gold cards in here. You have the little brewer tokens for their signature recipes. And you have the tokens for the point laps, the 50 and the 100 point tokens. So obviously this would be distributed out, and then the rest of the box can conveniently get out of the way. Now what I move into, I'm going to take out these 4 deck box cards, but I'm going to move into what I call the premium market storage boxes. Now, these are 3 different types of boxes. 2 of them have a lid on them, which apparently my fingers don't want to work right. And inside of them are all the spirit awards. So they're done in a way that there's a groove at the bottom, which makes it kind of easy to drop these in, have them behave and stay in line. And voila. So you can come out, you could select the spirit award you want. Then this could either go back in the box, or if you want, what I like is using, this is the other set of spirit awards here. Yeah, oh, it's an expansion box. This is the other set. You can tell there's like a little rounded in there. So that's the other set of spirit awards. Now what I'm doing here is I'm building the market. These 2 boxes here contain all of the cards and sleeves for the expansions. So this is the cask strength expansion if you haven't mixed the cards into play, or you want to separate them out or use them as you go. The whole expansion is there. And this one is the Africa and the Middle East expansion cards. They're all sitting in here. Again, everything is sleeved. Everything is designed to be sleeved, because I'm assuming you're as insane about keeping everything in your games in as good a shape as possible as I am. So we'll line those up there. The last 2 boxes in the market hold all the different flight cards. So this one basically holds the expansions, and this one has the rules, references, and the primary set of flight cards. The reason that the lids aren't on these is because I have found sleeves that fit them, but they're large. So there's probably an extra 3 or 4 millimeters where if those were tighter, they'd fit in the boxes without issue, and you wouldn't be looking at something like this. But because it is, I'm honest enough to say, look, I'm going to leave the lids off. They just kind of sit here loose in the box, and that's fine. The reason I held off on these other 4 is we have the ingredient deck, we have the premium items, we have the distillery upgrades. So now, as you can see, I have pretty much a fully functioning market where you'll draw from the decks. These little inserts that you see on top of the boxes there, kind of keep cards in place. You don't have to use them, certainly don't. It is kind of nice when the parts that you use to store the game can be part of the actual game table experience as is. The last box that's in here keeps this extra Master Distiller card, the first player tokens, whether you have cardboard, metal, or both, and then the micro deck for all of the solo play games. So it's a combination of, one, I wanted to have the solo box organized, and most importantly, I wanted to have the box fleshed out. So this one really doesn't have too much to do with the normal gameplay, but now we have in the bottom of the box 4 more units, these little basic trays. And these are really kind of, again, same thing. It's trying to flesh out the box and make the most use out of it. So you could put these as the discard piles on the truck. And this would become the one-off here to complete your market. Now you still have this double tray. This could be used either as, you know, an element of the market, or you could use this for like the dynamic market cards, you know, the deck that goes on there. You can see what's here, you can see what's been played. The last bits and pieces in the box, I have the flight boards set up here in the corner on their side, and they're kind of locked and held in place by just this simple little filler piece. And the whole point of this is just to make sure that the whole box really is kind of supported the way that it is. So at the end of the game, you know, you're packing up your stuff. It's really not that hard. We'll see how quickly I can do this. And the reason I want to do this on film is so that anybody that actually is kind enough to buy this insert and print it out and get things together, they can see just how easy it is to put everything back in and the right order. So what I usually do is I start by putting these 2 guys in the box, because again, I don't use the lids on them because I have those long sleeves. Nope. I want to put these 4 single trays in there. I put them upside down. I don't think it really matters, but they go in there. And then now the next 4 market pieces can go in there. I'm just sliding the lids in. I keep the lids even though they're not, you know, part of the unit. So those are the 6 market boxes. Then I take the 4 deck and the starter solo deck, put them in place. Did I really leave the other 2 out because I'm an idiot? I think I did. I sure did. I put the double tray in there like a moron. Hold please. One, 2, 3, 4. Now I put these in. And that's all good. We have, this is the starting box, that can go there. This is the coins, they can go there, along with this. I have my lids that I've taken off, the alcohol and flavor lid box is the other big piece that goes over here. So now we just have the 4 small market parts and then the tile tokens. So the tile for all the different spirits, that goes in there, and now we're just dealing with the market. So again, there's the water and yeast. At some point in time, maybe I'll go through and put these in the right order just to be cool. Mixed fruits, mixed plants, or probably plant and fruit sugars, I should say. I take the starting items, put them back in the overstuffed one here with both the wood and the clay barrels. And that closes. We take all the brewers and their signature ingredients, try to put them in properly, close the lid on them, and then I would take the market board, the truck, the warehouses, scoreboard, and all the game instructions, and pack it up. And that is nice and snug, distilled, laid out with my organizer. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the product, and happy gaming.